Welcome to Haunt Talk. This is Josh. I'm Kristen. This is Kim. Today we are reviewing Ghost Lake at Conneaut Lake Park in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. This place is in a real creepy, old school, like almost like a carnival town, to be honest, because it's kind of like a mixture of like a little amusement park with just people that live there.
Yeah, it's weird.
Really, really strange. The atmosphere of that way is really cool and definitely unique. You get 9 haunted... Oh, wait, is it? I think 10 haunted houses. Or is it 11 haunted houses?
13 levels of fear, so it was 11 haunted houses.
Yeah, 1 coaster, 1 dark ride, and then it's 11 haunted houses?
Yes.
Yeah, and 11 haunted houses. So yeah, so we'll just go ahead and get into the review. We'll start with sets and props.
All right. There's not much going on in these haunted houses. A few of them had some kind of interesting things that they used to their advantage, but otherwise, each of the haunts were like themed for certain things. Like there was one that was supposed to be antiques. Yeah, they had a few antiques in there. There was one that was called the Ice, which was basically just a
fog maze.
Fog maze.
Which they've had before, and they used to call it the fog, but now it's like purple lights, and there's like an air conditioner in there. It's just the same thing. It's the same haunt.
It was kind of like, I don't know. It was okay. Because of that reason, we only gave them a 6.
Yeah, the only one, like, the Bayou had a couple things, but the bad thing was, like, even, like, the Bayou, which they actually built some cabins and stuff in there, they didn't have them lit, so you really couldn't see them, and there was, like, a slide in there you could go down.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of cool, but there wasn't, like, no mat, there was no mat at the bottom.
Yeah, I landed on my butt. It hurt.
And I don't really know where this fits in, so I'm just going to mention this now. It was really hard to find the haunted house.
Oh, yeah.
There's some, because I've been there before, like, before you have to go in order, so it's kind of, you just kind of, like, walked around the park, but, like, there's some this time that were, like, outside of the park, and you walk down a road, and there's a pavilion, and then inside that pavilion is, like, one of the haunts. I think it was, like, the one that's supposed to be, like, Wicked Fairy Tales.
Yeah.
Like, there weren't signs, so we had to find a security guard. Like, there weren't signs telling you where to go to any of them. Like, there were signs right in front of the haunted house that sometimes were kind of lit. And then other times, there's just nothing.
Yeah.
It was just like figure it out, I guess.
Well, the one was like, he said, go to the road and go down the road. I'm like, are we leaving? It was a little confusing.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird, so maybe put signs up, guys. That's strange. I don't know.
Or maybe it's part of the fun, but...
Maybe, I mean, yeah, we got lost there for a little bit, though. We didn't really know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it was interesting. So the next thing is actors. They were decent. This is like more of like a mask and just kind of silly costume face paint kind of place. You're not going to see like real detailed things here. I don't think we saw anything that was like super impressive makeup wise.
Right. I mean, they touched you a tiny bit. Like we had some people, like this one, like ghoul was tickling my calves. So they just little stuff.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they were energetic. We didn't really see people breaking character. The actors were good. They weren't like super great. They were good though, and they did their job. And they said they were energetic and they tried. Like so, I appreciate that. I said makeup could really be better, but it's not necessarily the actors' fault. So we gave the actors an 8. They were good. They were good at their job. All
right, so moving on to scare factor. Again, not really much on the scares. A few times, especially in the that fog maze that we talked about earlier, there were a few spots that they had like strobe lights going, and you couldn't see where you were going, and then people would just pop out.
Yeah, they did a good job of that. They knew exactly, like, when you were standing in a certain spot that you wouldn't be able to see them, and the next thing you know, they were just right in your face. So they did a really good job with that part.
Yeah. The one that was Tear Down Under, that one was like a blackout maze. That was probably where I got startled the most, or pretty much it all. Because they had some people in there that had like light horns. They'd honk and like, so that was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And that's where the ankle grabbing was, or something just like when you can't see someone, you feel someone like tickling your ankles. It's really creepy to me. Yeah. So that one was probably scariest for me. I mean, it was also like the least impressive haunt because it was blackout, but I'd say that was probably, in my opinion, the scariest one we went through. That and the ice.
Right. Because, yeah, you just couldn't see, and you didn't know when they were going to come at you.
So the two that you couldn't see in were the ones that were the scary. Right. But, yeah.
So for scare factor, we gave him a 7.
Yeah. It was decently scary. It wasn't real terrifying, but, so they got us a few times. I mean, you know. Although, if you are judging scare factor, including Blue Streak,
Death Trap.
Why?
the ride operator basically told us not to ride it. She's like, I ain't gonna ride that thing. She's like, you watch these people get off and they have kinks in their neck. She's like, they ain't getting out of there. She's like, look at him down there. And we're like, what? This coaster is 80 years old. They put new wheels on it now, so I guess it goes 60 miles per hour. It shouldn't. It goes higher than it should.
Oh my god.
You can feel the carts moving.
It's all shifting underneath you. You just feel it all shifting.
It's so old that when the thing comes into the brake runs, they have a buzzer that buzzes the ride operators to go and pull the lever to actuate the brakes.
Yeah. And, you know, it didn't start off bad. It wasn't too crazy, and you go through a tunnel, like a dark tunnel. It's really cool.
Which is cool, yeah.
You know, and then we're going up the hill. I'm like, okay, this is not too bad, but you kind of feel it shifting a little bit, and you're kind of like, oh, this is weird. And we're just going up, and then we're still going up, and we're still going up. And I'm just like, this thing should not be going that high. We are just going to fall right over. It's way too old to be going this high.
The only cart they had running, like certain seats just simply were not there. These just were not there. Like, there was no seats. We were like, why aren't they loading it up all the way? And they realized that the seats were gone. Yeah. There just wasn't a seat in multiple cart.
Oh my god.
And the lap bar, some of them were just broken, hanging there. And we're like, we're gonna get on this thing. I don't know. So
we were going up and down the hills at one point, and I'm just going, oh my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Like, over and over, I'm just like, we're gonna die. And Josh is like, stop it. Like, what are you doing?
Apparently,
like, we're gonna die.
Apparently, it's safe. No one's ever got seriously injured.
There was an incident like a long time ago.
Yeah,
like
that's because they stood up.
Or something.
Oh yeah, because he stood up.
Yeah. And the other thing, so we haven't really mentioned it, except is the dark ride. It's a lot of fun. It's an old pretzel dark ride. It's cool. It's vintage. I mean, obviously it's not scary, but it's fun. And it's
fun.
Cool. It's cool. You get to ride with it with the ticket price. And if you didn't screw up your spine the first time on the Ghost Coaster, or the Blue Streak. They used to call it the Ghoster Coaster. I don't know if they still refer to that on the tickets or not now. I just thought that was cute. But you can pay $3 to ride it again.
No, not gonna pay extra. We might die.
No.
Save that money for a chiropractor.
Right. So that brings us to value. It's pretty good value. $25, I think. Yeah, $25. They have a VIP pass. I don't remember how much I wanted. I think it's 10 more. It might be more. I think it's pretty good value. You get a lot of haunts. These haunts are super short. They're only like 5 minutes long a piece. If that.
Right.
If that.
Yeah, and if it gets busy, like if I had to wait a really long time to go through a 5-minute haunt, you know, I'd be kind of like,
Yeah, so this year you say you don't have to do it in order, so you can kind of like try and go to the ones with lower lines and go back to the ones longer. But like I said, with the coaster and with that, we were there for over 2 hours. Mm-hmm. We were there for a long time. Most of that time was walking and standing in line. But it's still decent value, you know, for $25. You know, you're there for a while, so we gave that an 8.
All right, so for our overall score, we gave Ghost Lake a 7.
Yep.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It was a good experience.
Above average. You know, I mean...
The scariest part was the coaster.
Yeah, the scariest part was the coaster, and like you're gonna be waiting in lines a lot. If you haven't gone there, I'd say it's a good time, especially just to go to Conneaut at night. The place is kind of creepy in general. It has its own special vibe. There's so much stuff they could do to improve this. I mean, they've been running this for a while now. Like I think they could afford to at least do at least to some of the haunts where they don't have to like tear down each year. I mean, maybe they have to tear down all of them. I don't know, but some of them have been in the same building for a really long time now. Like, they could be more detailed by now, or maybe cut some of the haunted houses out and just make bigger, better haunted houses instead of trying to have so many. I understand you want to have like much bang for your buck, but quality over quantity should always be key. Like, if you have to have 8 levels of fear, that's still a crap ton. Or even 7, that's still a lot if you just make those other ones good. Because some of the haunts, like the one that was outside, was even shorter this year than it was in the past. It was like in the Kittyland. There used to be more, and this time you just walk through the carousel, and then that was it, basically.
That's it, yeah.
Is that really even a haunted house? You're just kind of stretching it so you can really say you have 13 layers of fear, because 13's a scary number. Like, come on, I think you can do better. But I think that does it for this review. If someone wants to say all the annoying things, say it all at the end of our videos.
All right, so if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube page. We could really use some subscribers.
Yeah, because
Just
YouTube will not let you monetize things anymore unless you have 1,000 subscribers, and we're away from that. So if you like these videos, you're helping us out a lot by hitting that button and like it so more people find it.
Like our page on Facebook. Don't forget we have a Patreon. You can go and $5, get just some extra content. We want to do more fun videos for you throughout the year, not just during Halloween. That would really help us out. Other than that, I think that's it.
Yep.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
watching.
next time.
Bye.